Good evening, good evening, good evening, good people. I'm just chilling tonight. I should have went and got my light. I look crazy. I look a little dark, but I wanted to really come on and everybody just come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Join this live, share this live, and like this live. But I really wanted to come on here to talk about Auntie Angie Stone. I really can't hold it in anymore. Now I know everybody talking about it and everybody talking about everything, but I really, really just got a couple of questions that I wanted to ask. And what I'm gonna do is, I know I should have prepared before now, but I want to go get a light because I just seem like I'm just really, really dark. So I want to go get a light, and I want to go and get me a glass for my tea because I got tea. Like we gonna discuss this tonight. Like we really gonna discuss whatever the hell comes to mind. But the first topic is I want to talk about Auntie Angie because I think that shit is fishy. I don't know if it was, I feel like it was the daughter and the son. I feel like out of all of them people, somebody on that motherfucking land know what happened. So y'all hold that, pin that, and I'll be right back. It's gonna be real short. I'll be right back. I'm back, good people. Now, you know what? That's my mind because I forgot on the way down. I forgot what I was going I was going down there to get. Hey Braylon. So I'm here tonight. I want to talk about this tea. I want to first talk about Auntie Angie and whatever the fuck else we feel like we want to talk about without alerting YouTube for us to get in trouble. Hey, Erica. So I wanted to talk about Auntie Angie. Y'all pour up y'all little tea because I'm pouring up my tea. And I just really, really, I be watching this lady. I call her my auntie. Her name is Miss Sam. And I think Miss Sam be dead on with what she be dead on about. So I've been watching her, and I just really, really think that I think that was an ambush. I think they killed Auntie Angie in that van, and they dead wrong for that. And you know what my biggest question is? I hate to really spark this like this, and I'm not anybody big. This is all alleged. I'm not even gonna say this for entertainment purposes only because it's not. But it's all alleged because I myself don't know. I want to know because I heard Angie come out of her own mouth that she put her children in charge of her affairs. So if you in charge of your mother's affairs, first of all, if your mother Angie Stone, I'm going to drink to that. If your mother is Angie Stone and she put you in charge of her affairs, y'all supposed to stalk the shit out of the people who was driving your mother's and then I found out that she was funding this whole tour herself. If your son and your daughter was in charge of your affairs, then tell me why. I know I would have stalked the shit out of somebody who was supposed to be driving my mother around. And then this guy, Mr. Carter, he had a driving rap sheet of, his rap sheet is fucked up. So my question is, where was Angie sitting at? Is major questions that people can ask in this. Where was she sitting at in the van? First of all, Who all went on the trip besides her bandmates? I want to see pictures of motherfuckers because the videos that I saw of people performing when they was performing in Alabama, it really didn't look like it was all two together to me. Like, whoever planned this, and I know Angie was funding it herself, but whoever planned this, her shit was kind of like, wait, they just looked like they was all over the place. When I saw the band performing, they were not in sync. I just got questions. Like, if your kids was involved in charge of your affairs, who didn't stalk that man down for the driver? Why would he get off of the van and leave anybody on the van? It's just a lot of questions that need to be answered. And them kids need to be answered. The next question is, I know I'm kind of talking fast because I'm excited. I want to get everything out. I want people to chime in. I want everybody to talk and come on and say anything. But why did that man leave off of that van? Why did there was some, no, why did they have them sign NDAs? That's my thing. Why did they have them sign NDAs? What was the problem? What was so big about it that they had to sign NDAs? What didn't they want them to tell that happened on that damn van? Why did that weird ass driver get off for anything? Now, I know people got to use the bathroom, but we're talking about Angie Stone, and it's taking me back like no matter what. I don't do tarot card reading or nothing, but I'm with Auntie Miss Sam. I want to know what you had to get off the van for, and what did if the daughter and the son was in charge, why wasn't he intensifiedly looked up? My mother is a regular woman. She don't sing or nothing. But if we was in control of my mother's affairs, we would have stalked the shit out of them, out of that place, out of that man. Because was he a single man, or did he drive for a whole company? Like, I understand that she didn't have a lot of money, and I do believe that they robbed her. I do believe that. I do believe that they got her money. But I do feel like her kids or whoever was in charge of her affairs and her driving wherever or her tours should have intensified looked into that. I feel like that was set up. It was freaky. And I'm about to go to Miss Sam so y'all can see what I'm talking about, because Miss Sam don't be playing. She just don't be playing. Let me go to her right quick. Let me see. Miss Sam. Okay, maybe I could put something else in. Miss Sam. There we go. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is what I was looking at earlier. Was it an inside job or not? So she spoke on the Chris Brown situation, and I wanted to really know. They said that her van driver followed instructions, and okay, I'm going to go back to, she spoke on Chris Brown and Rihanna's situation, and they were asking, like, basically, what do y'all think that was the reason that they came after her? No. Right, looking at the motor right that I've got over there. www.celestialtarotreaders.com. These crystals are strong narrated. Hey, this is Miss Sam. Hello. What? Hey. What? How is everybody? Good evening. Just in case you didn't know. First, let's ask this. Do y'all think this was an inside job? Do y'all think this was a man bush? And do y'all think this was an inside job? And do y'all think they killed Angie? I do. Diamonds ain't doing it no more, darling. It's either gold or this shit right here. Black tourmaline, carnelian, citrine. I got some badass citrine pendants. Big ones that's going on the website maybe today or tomorrow. Hakama diamond, sweetheart. Celianite. Clear quartz, sweetheart. Okay, family, so quick video, right? Um, check this out. Angie Stone said in one of her last lives that, she made this strange comment about Chris Brown. And it wasn't a strange comment then, but in light of her death, it is now. And I mentioned it the other day in the first reading that I did, family. And y'all picked, I know at least one person picked up on it, and I did screenshot your message, and we can't find it, no. But y'all said that, ain't it funny that she talked about this situation, which was a triangle situation that has kind of resurfaced since she passed away. So, okay, what did Angie talk about? She talked about Chris Brown. And she talked about the incident that he had with Rihanna, right? And she said, if you're a woman, don't put your hand on a man is stronger than you, and all this type of stuff, right? Now, we know, and this is what I wanted to say, because I was thinking about this yesterday. When you cast your mind back to the Larry King interview with Chris. Chris was there with his mom, Joyce, right? Now, if you remember that video, you'll know that Joyce was like this. She was like keeping her. She was exercising real self-control because Joyce knew more about the situation than Larry and everybody else. Okay. Larry was just there to talk to Chris, as the older man and interviewer, and speaking to a young boy who's got, the world at his feet in terms of this industry. Do you know what you've done? Do you understand the repercussions of this? Are you committed to you? Do you feel any remorse? Are you committed to change and all this type of thing? There's a big narrative about men hitting women and domestic violence and young love and the violence. So before we get into it, what she's basically asking in this is, by Angie Stone speaking on Chris Brown and Rihanna, do you think that was a fatal mistake to add to what was already going on? I want to get to something more juicy because I want to get to something more juicy. Let's see. Did Angie Stone's driver follow directions? Okay, this is what I want to, the question I'm going to ask. Do y'all think that she was dead before the crash? That's this one. Do y'all think that she died before the crash happened? Like, do y'all think somebody may have stuck her with a needle? Somebody, like, what could they have done? Person rowing the boat here. Not really the news that we expected to wake up. That's the question I got. Do y'all think she was dead before the crash happened? I can do this reading. Come on, y'all, talk to me. Let's come on this live. We gotta talk about this. I want to really talk about this. Like, I'm on here. I want to talk about it. Like, I got a lot of other stuff I want to talk about, but I want to know. This is Miss Sam. Just gonna pull the cards. What happened? What on earth happened to Angie Stone in this van? There was 9 people in the van. Only one casualty. Only one fatality. What happened? Yeah, what the fuck happened? This is the Rider-Waite Smith Coleman deck. That's what I want to know. What the fuck happened? Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. Well, somebody wanted to impoverish her. They wanted her to die penniless. Yeah, they so didn't sad. Want to give her money. And this is the Queen of Pentacles, and it's come up in the reverse. So the mere fact that it's come up at all means that she has been
I can't even use, well, it's not even disinherited. What's the word for it? Somebody has robbed her bloody blind, as she said.
Somebody robbed her bloody blind.
In those Instagram lives, whatever. She was talking about a whole bunch of things. She already told us, which something that we already knew. We knew that Alicia Keys weren't shit. She told us, basically, that she was kind of pushed aside, just like Phyllis Hyman was pushed aside for Whitney. Angie was told that her album, which was supposed to be called The Diary of a Soul Sister, something like that, Alicia Keys was bringing up The Diary of Alicia Keys, like anyone flipping cared. I mean, she was on the scene for 2 minutes anyway.
Right.
I personally believe that Alicia Keys was hyped up and put where she is to dilute R&B, basically, because Alicia Keys in no way, shape, or form represents R&B. Absolutely weak ass. You don't know my name. Weak ass to replace proper R&B. It's bullshit. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It seems to me that Angie Stone was being very, very understated. That she was being very, very modest in her description when she said she should have retired 20 years ago. She didn't actually put a figure on it. And I wish these, I did that thing about the reading on Kirk Burroughs the other day, how Diddy basically robbed him and intimidated him into giving up his shares.
And I hate to pause it like that, but I do want to pause it in and throughout that. She should have retired 20 years ago. There's no way in hell that Angie Stone, the Angie Stone, should have still been touring, and she's almost 70. It's no way. But another thing that she should have paid attention to, Michael Jackson and Prince and everybody has said that what they said about Universal. I guess you can't say it. That's fucked up, though.
And then transferred that over, all the shares and the money and the royalties and whatever else, transferred it straight over to his mother, Janice. It was a stick-up, basically. Diddy and Janice robbed Kurt blind. And it looks as if people
That's what happened to Angie.
The queen should have been the Queen of Pentacles, Angie Stone, blind. Okay, so this is directly connected to it. Okay, her death on the highway there near Montgomery, Alabama, on her way to Baltimore, directly connected to the fact that they didn't want to pay her back her money. So this is Universal Music Group again. Again. I mean, if we didn't know they were shiesty before, but we've been all wrapped up, haven't we, in this...
and how many people do they think that they about to get away with this shit with?
The whole thing is just, like a little bitch fight. Basically, they're all on the same team. It's just a little personality difference, but they're all...
I have to get my lighting together, so it's a little dark in here, but just listen.
What happened to Angie Stone?
I see a lot of questions about the actual medicine you get.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause it while it's on commercial or whatever. I really, really want to know what happened to her. Like, I want to know why the hell would they have them sign an NDA? And see, that's why I wouldn't be able to be in no shit like that, because I'm not about to sign no NDA, which means I can't never talk about this, which means I'm probably going to go crazy if you really, really know what happened in that shit. That is some fucked up shit. And her only 2 kids should be talking now.
Weight loss shot, the weight loss injection.
I don't see why they don't have a damn thing to say. Like,
I'm always concerned there's not enough. I promise you.
That's how conspiracies are started, though.
Okay. So she was digging. Can you see this guy here is a representative of Angie, but unfortunately not fully covered. Blue arms and half blue legs in terms of the tunic, the undergarments that Angie was wearing, but not fully covered, darlings. Not fully covered at all. You can see she's holding a hoe, like a spade, a digging tool, and she's looking at her money. And she's wondering who the hell has been eating away at her crops. Now, I wonder if the Nine of Pentacles card is going to come up, because on that card I do believe there's the slug at the bottom of the card, which gives us an indication that people, more than one slug has been eaten away at her.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Join us. Get your cocktails and your
tentacles here would be like
crumpets.
pumpkins or like cassava or, whatever. That is basically the fruits of
Join
her
in this
labor,
conversation.
her hard work, and she's been working and working, and she has a lot of fruits, a lot of pumpkin, a lot of cassava, a lot of watermelon, whatever you want to call it, a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But it looks as if she's trying to analyze it. That was the stage that she was at, really just analyzing the figures. So you heard me just say, I wish that she had mentioned the figure. I don't think she even flipping well knew.
It was a lot.
She didn't even know. She really had no idea how much they took from her. But family, from the looks of it, it was a lot. A lot. Millions. Millions. Millions.
It took a lot from Auntie
They broke this
Angie.
lady out of. Next card.
This is Miss Sam, guys.
And it seems as if while she was living, she was in this kind of state of mourning over, you can see there's a lot of water here in this canal here. A lot of friendships as well that she lost along the way. Well, she thought they were friendships. A lot of people who basically used her. You see, I don't know what it is. Was she too kind-hearted? Was she distracted? What did they send? They sent something in her way to distract her. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But a lot of people have done her dirty, and you can see here that there are two cups standing behind her, and relationships that have gone by the wayside, the water and the blood have seeped out of those cups there, and they're on the ground. The water and the blood, or the water and the wine, as depicted by these cups here, which are spilled on the ground, is a symbol of relationships that are no more, basically. Either, she found them out, or, they scarpered and left and dipped.
Tap on the live, guys. Like the live. Share it.
Around her, unfortunately.
I'm probably not going to be able to hold that phone. I'm going to sit it right there so you can hear it, though.
The fact that she got her back to these two cups here shows that people were supporting her still, but she really didn't know who to trust. She just turned her back to them and hide her face from them, because really, what would be the point of looking at them in the first place? Because they don't have the answers to all of the shit that these people here did. You know what I'm saying? So,
whether it's family, friends, or significant
This
others,
shit is crazy,
relationships
guys.
aren't always easy. But with Keen, you can reconnect with those who
It's
matter
crazy.
most. No matter the situation.
was in a state of mourning. Her spirit was in a state of mourning, not only for the lost money, but lost relationships as well. Very, very, very sad.
They dog
She
Auntie
appeared
Angie.
quite upbeat on camera though, but the cards are telling me that her spirit, before she passed away, was literally like this. Can you imagine having to, they don't know what you're experiencing behind the scenes. They see you for who you are and what you can give and all this type of thing. Ashe. But they don't know what you're
Going through.
They don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They really don't. And it seems as if she really didn't want to let her fans down. She's a remarkable artist in every sense of the world.
Hi, is that my mom, Beth?
In that she could have said she's never going to sing again. We've heard performers, we've heard the likes of less talented performers say they're never going to go on stage again. They're not going to go on stage unless this kind of check is presented to them. They want to see these figures. But Angie, just like Betty Wright, it was about the craft. It was about the music. It was about the energy, the vibration.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Like this live and share this live. We're going to be on here all night if we got to. I want to talk about this. This is Miss Sam who we listening to.
So I'm going to say what happened. It seems that somebody who was in the van with her knew that it was going to be her last journey.
So sad.
So this accident wasn't really an accident. It's a staged incident that occurred. It wasn't an accident.
Not at all.
It was a very, very carefully staged incident. Thankfully, there weren't other casualties. But this is giving me an indication, oh Lord.
Yes. Yes. Angie Stone. Yes. Auntie Angie.
Look what flew
It's
off
very, very interesting.
the deck, off the top of the deck. The Four of Swords here.
What I can say is that Miss Sam be dead on with what she's saying. Like, I don't even really be into the tarot reading stuff, but she's dead on with what she's saying. Like, it's square on. I'm gonna go get a light and I'm gonna press play for y'all to just listen.
This is a murderer. This is somebody who was either paid or
2 and 2.
promised payment to make sure that Betty, I'm not sure who this child here represents, whether this is the talent, whether this is the debt, whether this is the intentions that she had in terms of, you know, the investigation into her funds, what happened to her money, and who is responsible for this? Because what she said is that it was a bunch of people, and we can see here on this card that those 3 cups here, 3 people in particular were significant in making her money fly away type of thing, or putting their hands in her pocket and not doing their jobs properly, and probably that is by design. You know, we hear so many times, we hear this too often for us to think that this is just shoddy people not doing their fucking jobs. Basically, it seems as if people who are close to the artists, and the more talented, the more money they make for the record labels, is the more fake people that they have around them, the people who are not doing their jobs. They're paid not to do their job. They're paid to ensure that the I's are not dotted and the T's are not crossed, that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? And also helping themselves at the same time. All having their hand in Angie's flipping pocketbook.
I'm back.
So these 2 cards flew off the top of the deck that I had here on the table. Okay? I can show you. Tissue web. I can show you. Look. Okay? Flew off the top of the deck. And here are the 2 cards that flew off. They're 2 swords cards, which tells us that there was enormous conflict around her and surrounding this stolen money. And the conflict is conflict coming from outside. It's not even coming from herself. It's not even, you know, like her on the warpath. She really was in this, you know, thinking stage. You know, very much a royal energy about her. And I think, you know, that's another aspect to this Queen of Pentacles card here in reverse. Very, very royal, because there's no rah-rah on here. Mm-hmm. You know, she's always talking about, you know, defending herself and stuff like that. She was talking about Chris Brown and Rihanna, and I'll come to that in another reading, because I think that is very, very interesting. And I think the timing of Angie's comments and the timing of her death is very, very interesting, especially if we kind of correspond that with the fact that ASAP Rocky has just gotten away with, you know, a lot. So ASAP Rocky, you know, is very much part of the industry. He was before, and he certainly is now. You know, it's sweet freedom, but it comes with obligations. Here we have that Six of Swords card that I was just explaining to you, and this here is a murderer. This is somebody who was paid or expected payment to ensure that Angie would die. Okay. It's coming up, family, that she did not die as a, as an impact of being in this vehicle and being in this collision,
Nope.
so-called crash.
Nope.
Others walked out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
The vehicle. Others were taken out of the vehicle, but she was dead. I believe, and we can see here with the Four of Swords card, it seems as if, I don't know if she had a premonition or something like that, but something more about
Rashonda, if you woke, baby, I'm on live.
Her and her tomb here, but you can see her praying up here, praying to the priest, and really, before she got into warrior mode, before she got into soldier mode, before she got into this, where she was just gonna go and
no cards for me
she
either.
hasn't even got to that stage yet.
But but to actually listen to her, she makes sense with them though. Like, this is what she does. Let me pause it for a minute. That's what she does. That's what Miss Sam does. That doesn't depict what I may do to figure it out, but you have to listen to everyone. Like, you have to listen to everything. And just me listening to her, she's making sense with her cards. Like, she's just making sense. You have to listen to everything.
Who knew that this was going to be her last journey?
Right.
That she was not going to make it to Baltimore.
Right. Let me ask you something, Beth. Let me say something. What's the difference with listening to her with her cards versus just a random person talking? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you gotta hear everybody out. That's all I be wanting to do. You gotta hear everybody out. And what she's saying sounds truthful, can be true, and you have to just hear everything out. Because this shit is fishy though. You have to admit, this shit is fishy, and her kids is fishy. Like, I want to hear Big Daddy talk. I want to hear Big Daddy say something, and that daughter.
Was there a young artist in the car, or somebody who's an up-and-coming talent? I'll tell you what's coming up.
Yeah, who was in that van?
It looks as if one of Angie's talents is now going to become famous. When I say one of her talents, somebody who she discovered. I don't know who was on that bus, but did she have an up-and-coming, maybe young or unknown?
That's another thing. Y'all pay attention to what up and coming person is leveled up now. You know, we got to pay attention to everything, because everything be so freaky and sneaky. You have to pay attention to everything. Think about, I remember her saying her protege. I remember, quiet as kept, D'Angelo was one of her proteges. You know, so I don't know if they want to try to veer it to D'Angelo and try to make it about a situation like that, but they stuck them together. They put her on D'Angelo to get his character together, or, you know, for whatever with his you know, to get the artist together. They put her on him. When they fell for each other, then they be mad. They kill me, like putting these people together. But then when y'all fall for each other, they don't really want y'all together. After y'all done fell for each other and had kids, they don't really want y'all together, because she's basically saying this seems like somebody that Angie maybe was like protege. Well, D'Angelo was her protege. So who else on that van was she coaching or having together or writing music or doing something? Like, who else could it have been? I'm not feeling anybody. Like, no matter what I think about, no matter how many videos they show or whatever, only thing I'm thinking about is her kids. And that's for real. I'm going to unpause it.
On there, and they are now going to be given a contract behind this sacrifice, because it doubles as a sacrifice. You know, she sacrificed because they don't want to give her money.
Right.
Pay her back all of those millions. Same thing happened with Michael Jackson. As soon as he started talking about Sony, flipping Sony, was it Universal he was talking about as well? That was it for him. He was out of here. On this card here, which is the Three of Pentacles in reverse, this is telling me that somebody didn't want to learn from Angie. Now, she actually, she spoke about mentoring and finding talent and this type of thing, and how she basically made the record labels a lot of money over the years, not only through her own work, but also finding talent for them. What we can see here is this kind of resentful pupil here. Somebody who doesn't want to be taught by Angie. Someone who feels that they don't have... Someone who feels that Angie hasn't got
the skills. I feel that too.
You can teach me, but you can only teach me a little bit, or you can teach me the basics, the fundamentals, but you don't really have that because you weren't really popping. This is the energy that I'm getting from this person here. So with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's showing me that she had somebody she was mentoring, and they were very, very resentful towards her. No lipstick on.
You know what else? I'm going to pause it again because they're saying that it would seem like it was somebody that was very, very resentful towards her. You know who else was resentful towards her? Mr. Big Michael D'Angelo. D'Angelo was very, very resentful towards her. He was very, very resentful that Angie Stone was the one who basically got him to finish his album. And they both were big people. You know what I'm saying? Him and Angie was big. So it wasn't really like she went for this young guy and I'm going to whip him and whatever. Like, they put Angie on him. And when they fell for each other, they both were big. They both felt like they had flaws, but they were musical geniuses and they worked good together. And that's what it was. Angie Stone didn't seduce him, you know, and, you know, he did have an issue with his pride and hated that Angie was the one behind the man, if that makes sense. You know, so you just never know. This is going to be a very, very tricky thing. And like she said, this was very, very fakely calculated and thought about. Like this was a time now or never. You know, either we going to do this shit now or we ain't going to never be able to do it. Because if she able to get to Baltimore, where she was trying to get to from Alabama, she's going to know. If she would have got past where they drove when the argument first started, before Homeboy split out of there, she would have knew. She already was having an indication. That's what I feel like. I feel like they went on and did that shit and did her in because she was like, she's figuring this shit out. She already not stupid. She already know that, you know, who is robbing her blind. You know, she already knows some things. So this was like, it was an now or never.
Very resentful towards her.
And it's taking me back to them
They
kids.
want to be a star. And they were using her as much as possible, you know, to be put on. But now they're going to be put on. Okay? So we have to be careful. We're listening.
Might be Michael.
Listening out for somebody who says, oh,
all this is alleged.
You're my mentor, and she was my guide, and she was my teacher, and my this and my that, and so on, and whoa, whoa. But this person knew that Angie was going to die. I don't know if this flipping ungrateful motherfucker on this card here, I don't know if this is the person rowing the boat here. Okay. So let me show you the cards again before we get to the next question, because if she did not die from the impact of the car crash, it means somebody did something to kill her.
Somebody did something to her.
It's just like an incident to cover up, basically, the murder. It's just covering up a murder. So
They probably poked her. What y'all think they did to her?
I'll tell you in a minute. Five of Cups here. We can see Angie, hair covering her face, and she's got this long coat over her, which symbolizes mourning. cups in front of her, cups behind her, the cups with the wine or the blood, whatever, spilled out of it. And the two cups behind her. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles, very much Angie, in the reverse.
Poor Auntie Angie.
You can also see that the Queen of Pentacles is wearing a red garment here, which corresponds with the red that's spilled out of the cups here. It's the sacrament. It's the blood of Christ. It's the sacrifice, whatever you want to call it, family. It's the communion.
She was sacrificed.
I'm just going to grab some water. It's so hot. I don't have any glasses or nothing with me, man.
She was sacrificed. Angie was sacrificed. They felt like she was old enough that we can sacrifice her. She's not going to ever stop. She won't ever stop. She was going. We done took all that she damn near had. She still was going. Like, these people are evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just plain outright evil to do this hard-working lady. Like, she's been working hard ever since she ran and wrote for the Sugar Hill Gang. Now, how y'all gonna do this to a lady like been in the game over 50 years? She was in the game when it was a first game, when it wasn't a game, when the game changed, and when it came back. Like, I don't understand it, and I want answers as a person. Like, as a person who loved her and I loved her music, I want answers. I want the answers that her children should want, because I'm fiending to hear a conversation or something from that daughter and from Michael. Baby Diamond Mama, and baby Michael D'Angelo the second. I'm gonna need to hear from y'all. I'm gonna need to hear something for y'all. Okay? I don't, like, we need to know something. I know y'all like, oh, that's my mother and I don't really feel like talking and all that. I can understand that. Totally understandable. But we as a public, that was our Auntie Angie. So we just want answers like that. We're not demanding or doing anything like that. Like the energies that be, I'm not disrupting anything. But what I want to understand is, how could somebody this precious, Auntie Angie, with the amount of time and resilience that she put in this game, that she put in this music game, how could somebody do this shit? For real. I don't understand how that shit go. Like, she was in this game over 50 years. Blood, sweat, tears. She sang, she performed, she traveled, she sacrificed her own family to be the Angie Stone that we know. She done been in a group. She done wrote for the Sugar Hill Gang. She done been on her own. I mean, she deserved that much. She deserved that much, that we should find out what really happened to her so she can at least rest in peace. She at least deserves to rest in peace. Because you got to think about it, people. Think about how they did Jesus. Think about how they did Pac. Think about how they did Princess Diana. It's not going to be any real justice. But at least it can be justice enough to where she can rest in peace. Because until I hear from them kids, I'm probably not going to really leave it alone like that. Just like if it was me, I would damn sure want y'all to request the answer from my kids. For real, like, hey, y'all gotta tell us something. What happened to mommy? Honestly, I would have windmilled a bitch for Angie Stone. And I don't even windmill, but I would have windmilled a bitch real fast for Angie Stone. That was my auntie. Just like guess what I'm still feeling to know. Hate to jump out, but I jumps in and out of subjects. I'm still feeling to know what the letter said from the letter that Whitney Houston gave to Brandy. I'm still feeling to know what that said. So it's a lot of freaky shit going on out here. But they ain't have to do that shit to Angie Stone. I need to hear from Big Michael D'Angelo. I need to hear from Diamond. And I need to hear from Little Michael. I do. I need to hear from them. Now, I have never heard or known Angie Stone to have any other family or whatever, like, oh yeah, that's my sister and whatever. No, I never heard that. But I need to hear from them three. Big Michael, Diamond, and Little Michael. Not one out the three. I need to hear something from the three out of the three. Not really to say that you guys are the only people that can say what happened, but I need to hear something from Big Michael D'Angelo. I need to hear something from Mama Diamond, the daughter, and I need to hear something from Baby Michael D'Angelo, the second. I need to hear from y'all. If I don't hear from Michael, Diamond, or Michael, that shit gonna remain fishy. I'm considered to be a square from Delaware, and I think it's fishy. We ain't got to listen to, Miss Sam no more, although that's my girl. I'm going to bring her stuff back, and I'll bring it back to y'all, whoever don't want to listen to her. But I still feel like she got some pointers. And we can listen to something else. Like, I will look up whatever we need to look up, because this have to make sense to me. And it's never going to make sense because she basically has said it in so many ways and wounds. It couldn't be covered. They knew it. Like I said, it was like now or never for them motherfuckers. It was like now or never because Angie was too smart. She had already knew that they had robbed her blind. So she already knew that she didn't know what they would do to not pay her. She never would have thunk that. But guess what I had said with them kids? The reason I got to hear from Big Michael, which is D'Angelo, I don't care if he's smoking, cracked out or not. Nigga, put the pipe down, come talk to us. Come holler at us for a minute. I need to talk to Big Michael. I need to talk to Diamond. And I need to talk to Baby Michael. I need to hear from them. Not saying I need to talk to him like I'll never talk to him. I know I won't. But I need to hear from y'all. Like, I really, really loved Auntie Angie. I really loved her. And it just doesn't make any sense. So y'all gonna have to come out and really say it, because the Lord is going to reveal it. It's gonna get revealed. I hate to send it off like that, but it's gonna get revealed. Anything that happens in the dark is gonna come in the light. He's gonna reveal it. She was a child of God. And furthermore, she never did anything to anyone. See, when you don't do anything to anybody and you don't have any cause for that just to happen, you're kind of like protected in that sense. Really. Because she didn't do anything to anybody. She was true to her craft. She was honest to her craft. She was a woman of her word. She stayed on her appointments. She showed up and showed out. She did it all. She can't help it that she had an illness going on and she was big from the medicine and she had gained weight from the medicine and she was dark and chocolate and she was beautiful to me. She reminded me of my mother. My mother is a special dark, beautiful. So, she went through a lot. And that's why, if nothing else, she deserves for the truth to be out, because she was honest and she was just a woman about her word. And she would have wanted her fans to know what really honestly happened, because there was no need for anything to happen to her. All she wanted to do was make some music, some great music, and that she did. So I ain't gonna be able to let it alone. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what happened, and I don't appreciate it just like her kids shouldn't appreciate it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what type of background they got if they were in charge of her endeavors and her tours and in charge of her company or whatever. Then how could they not want to know what happened? How could they not be on it like I'm on it per se? How could they? It had to be somebody that's close to the camp, that's in charge or whatever, that said, y'all got to sign them NDAs. I think it had to be her kids. Nobody is higher than her children. Nobody is higher than her children. So it had to be Miss Diamond or Michael D'Angelo II that said, so, y'all got to sign them NDAs. And why? What is y'all hiding? Why did the whole crew that was on the van have to sign NDAs? What the fuck was y'all hiding that y'all didn't want nobody to talk about? That's what I want to know. And if the kids was in charge of her things, her company, then they said that y'all have to sign these. Them kids came up with that. D'Angelo, big Michael D'Angelo, ain't have a damn thing to do with that. That was baby Michael D'Angelo II, and that was Diamond. And everybody is talking about that fight like, Miss Diamond, I want you to come on here and I want you to tell me, you shut up, you black gap tooth bitch. You can say that because that is what you going to have to say to shut me up. Because I think you still mad about the fight. And your mother wasn't wrong. You shouldn't have never disrespected your mother. And even if she didn't knock him out, she should have knocked them motherfuckers out. Because I know my mother would have knocked mine out. So that's probably why I don't feel no certain type of way about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you disrespected your mother. You lucky your ass wasn't unalived with disrespecting your mom. So I don't respect that. I don't be on that. So that I never had knew about that incident, but I think quiet is kept. I think, y'all, that Diamond has always still been mad at that fight. I do. I think she always still been mad at that fight. I'm not saying that she is the protege that Miss Sam was saying that it was somebody that she was teaching maybe, or somebody that didn't like the way, like, you not teaching me because you ain't even fly, like you ain't even bumping like that. I don't know who that could have been with that type of attitude that didn't respect, everybody respected Auntie Angie. So again, that had to be one of them kids. I'm pushing towards one of the kids because it was key things that she said. And she said that them kids, I put my kids in charge of my companies. I don't know if it was a S or I don't know if it was a single company, but she said that them kids is in charge of that shit. So I need, you know what? I need my dogs on here. Black, Kanisha, where you at? Tina, Little, where you at? Even Nathan, Poonie, where's y'all at? Ro, Rashida Cleveland, nobody is on here. Tashina, nobody ain't on this live that can chime in with this because I know that I'm not by myself. I know I'm not by myself with this. Somebody chime in and tell me that I am not losing my mind. It's giving me either Diamond or Michael D'Angelo knows something. Now that's what it's giving me. I wish somebody would chime in and say something. Beth, anything? No? De'Erica? Braylon? Nobody? No, nobody got nothing to say about nothing? Do y'all want to hear some more? Should I look up somebody else's opinion of something? Because I ain't getting off this motherfucker until I talk to somebody about this. I'll be on her all night. I can do that. I can do that. Let me see. Let me see what else I can find because this is too much. Everybody got one. Oh no. So I don't know what this is. Is once again a secret to reveal today about my life in the industry and how I have weathered the storm. One of the things is that I'm going to reveal today has to do with why I have not been being on tour a lot and doing a whole bunch of dates. I'll give you the tea on that based on what I've heard. A lot of stuff that has been said to my team, my management, and it's a little disturbing, but not surprising. And I'll tell you why, because we know that the enemy does not play fair. I'm going to try to back up a little bit so you guys can see me. Anyway, I just saw Jackson. And first and foremost, let's send our prayers and our condolences to the Jackson family. Miss Catherine Jackson, who is 92 years young, has to bury another one of her children. It has to be very hard to do that, and we just want to send up our prayers to the family. All right, is that okay, guys? That is okay. I get a lot of questions regarding why I'm not on tour, what's going on. As life would have it, things will be revealed to me later on in the game. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a very, very, very hard worker. I aim to please. I try very hard not to cancel any shows if I don't have to. Shy of it being something God called or, an unwarranted death or a health issue of some kind. I generally try to make all my dates. Let me, before I get into this reveal, let me get you guys to tag in a few more people, as I don't want to have to repeat myself, because what's happening in life is, everybody wants to, well, when you gonna do your biopic? People want to know about D'Angelo and I. mean, my life does not start or stop with D'Angelo. Life goes on. It was going on before I met him. It will continue to go on. And I think people are so one-track minded that they really when are you going to do a story? Because they really want to say, can you tell us about D'Angelo? Okay, I'm going to tell you honestly, no, I just won't talk about one person, because there were many people in my life that had a significant space that meant, the world to me. Of course, D'Angelo and I were very good friends, but I need for you to know that as wonderful as that friendship has been, it came with a lot of challenges. And I'll tell you the nature of the industry based on a secret that I recently found out from someone who is
devil that let me in on some things that I didn't know even up until lately. And I have to tell you, it was shocking just to find out. But in any event, I will share them with you and let you know the devil don't play fair.
Not at all.
No, this is not Angie Stone's life story, but what it is a
Hot.
peek into
I gotta turn the
what
heat off up
inquiry
here.
minds want to know. Back when I was in a very high-profile relationship with D'Angelo, shortly after the breakup between us, everything kind of slowed down in my world in terms of tour dates, work. The perception was the worst, of course.
Wow.
But I was accepting everything pretty good and said, look, life goes on. I can't stop because I have fans all over the world that are depending on me to keep doing music, to keep pushing through.
So I'm gonna pause it right there, y'all. What I think that they were doing when they put Angie and him together is they wanted her to crash out and be outside of her, get tricked out her body and let her career be over from that, because they were so mad that her dark self, whatever had did, whatever she did. I think they were really upset that they matched her with him to try to get her to get his artistry together first, but for fake. And then when it didn't work out, they wanted her to crash out and just end up disappearing or something. But he ended up being the one falling off, smoking the crack, and doing all the weirdness. So this is really let you know how them people put them people together, and everything is just a match up to try to make more money. We back into it.
So of course I'm trying to do tour dates and continue to work, and it recently came to me because of course people wanted to know my story. They wanted to do my biopic, and it came to me via one of the employees that worked for that company that represented him. And they said to me, whoever's doing your story, can I please be a voice in the room? I would love to give some input from things that I knew.
Who was he?
And it's time that the truth be told. And I'm like,
Okay, I'm gonna pause it again, y'all, because I want to know who his people was that she talking about. Like, who was his people that represented him that actually was his ombudsman? That's what it sounds like. Like, who represented D'Angelo? Like, who was his people? We gotta find that out.
what are you talking about? Because the first you got to tell me. Well, it was told to me. Are you guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway,
Come on, Auntie.
it was told to me that they were single-handedly put in charge of sending out letters everywhere to make people think that I was the cause of him being exposed to alcohol, to drugs, to everything that could have gone wrong.
Did y'all hear that? Now, guess what? I was today years old. That is really what I was looking for. So we have to find out who this company is that basically was behind D'Angelo, because just like I knew, they were upset because he had became a sex symbol, and they're going to try to say that she was the reason that he had got into the alcohol, the drugs, just like they tried to say about Bobby and Whitney. No, that's crazy. Wow.
We need you to mail this out. And and that person knew that it was all fabricated.
Wow.
And they were willing to go on record, and they don't care today, but they're willing to go on record to tell the truth. You can imagine how shocked I was to know that they actually mailed letters out into the industry.
Wow.
Blaming me for the fall
Wow.
and the demise
Of D'Angelo.
of someone's career. It really gets me upset.
I know it do.
Because I don't do drugs. I don't do any of the stuff that a lot of people have fallen victim to. I will tell you this, as a young person, we all tried things, but no, I have never I wouldn't want the chastisement from God for being responsible for breaking
somebody's career. Sobriety.
That just,
yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
So the person let me know, and it's going on record to say that when the time comes, they will step up to the mic and let it be known that was their assignment to destroy my credibility by way of making me look crazy in a relationship that was innocent and pure and real. As a matter of fact, it was so real and pure, you could tell by the nourishment of the music then was just pleasant, it was real, it was pure.
Wow. Wow. Just like I felt.
As a result, and
I
can
always
only
felt the
imagine
music was
the
pure.
damage that stuff did to my career. I got a reputation at that point of being difficult and being hard to deal with. And I am a person that stands by everything I believe in.
Yeah, you was resilient.
So if you try to,
and that's what they hated,
take advantage of me, I will check you.
Yeah.
I won't say that I won't, but I won't check you to the point where it's obnoxious, because God
Right.
fights all my battles.
You better say that, Auntie Angie.
Okay?
You better say that.
All I can say is a lot of the promoters, people that would book me, all of a sudden they don't want to book me because I'm problematic because of possibly
What they
the
say.
damage that was sent to destroy me. They wanted to make sure that the energy was disconnected, that the soul was disconnected, that the
Fans.
tie
Yep.
that binded us was destroyed. So the enemy did a personal attack on me. So there I was fighting tooth and nail to at least maintain my stability in the industry.
And you did it, Auntie.
No filter.
Yep.
Now, do I blame D'Angelo? Absolutely not. He was just as much
A victim as you.
as I was. Because there's no way he could have known, or at least I don't want to say he knew.
He didn't.
But I don't think that he knew completely that they were sending out these letters, or they set out to destroy me.
And
because
why?
I believe in the scheme of things, he would have said, no, I'm not doing that. I know it's hard.
He would have been bowed out.
I do know the person that I was with. So at a time, things got convoluted because everybody else had their hands in the pot. And they would do just about anything
counting on him
to destroy and control. The devil is the master of confusion. And if you can clearly look at this secret that I'm revealing, it was clear that I wasn't supposed to find out. And over 25 years has passed, and I found out. That's how long it took me to find out that
You
there
was
was a
being
whole
bamboozled.
process and brigade of letters, and let's
Wow.
calculate this move so that she will never
Find out.
ever rise above. I mean, to the day, I have not received not one platinum or gold record that I had written for those projects, because along with all of that came, we don't need her to have anything to prove that she did anything.
Wow. That is
That's
horrible. I'm going to pause that right there. I cannot believe what I just heard. I really, really cannot believe what I just heard. Like I said, every time I talk about her, like I'll be on my live, I'll be on TikTok live, Aneurysm Survivor at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. overtime sometimes. But just said that earlier, like I cannot believe that they really did her like that, and I cannot believe that. I just cannot believe this. But it's about to go off. Let's finish it, and then we'll talk.
So that's a very painful secret to reveal for me, because my music is my gift. It's my livelihood. It's everything I believe in. It's what I love. It's a healing point for me and for so many other people. So I think for it to be toyed with in the way that it has been,
And robbed of.
for the embodiment of other people's growth, you don't try to annihilate another situation to grow your own brand. It's just not cool. So, I'm gonna wave at some folk here. That was my secret reveal for today, because that one hurt. That's, somebody says, can there be a sequence reunion? We've never separated. Of course, it can be a sequence reunion. But I will tell you this. Hopefully and prayerfully, if we do get this thing put together, these secrets will find their way to the screen the right way. Because I aim to please, not destroy. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to embarrass. I just want to set the record straight. There's a lot of people that had their hands in the cookie jar, got the cookies, ate the cookies, and then ran. They were all looking for a quick come up. And unfortunately, they used me as well to come up. They used me when it was convenient on my side and when it was convenient on his side. They took complete advantage of the naivety on both parts. So I'm saying that to say there are some people out here that know what truly went down. So that's one subject matter that we have a ton of secrets for.
Wow. That's on that. So I believe her. I believe it's a ton of secrets. I believe all of what she said. Like, it don't make no sense. All of what she went through. Like, it is a shame that they actually did Auntie Angie like that. And I just cannot believe it. I just really, really can't. Like, I can't wait to get to the bottom of this. It's just, I do think she was set up.
My sister turned me into a monster. She burnt my face when we were children.
I think this is Miss Sam again. Well, no, what is this? Who is this?
Tonight, music covers everywhere reflecting on the life and the career. Barbie soul sensation Angie Stone. News of the Grammy-nominated singer's death in a car crash early Saturday has left many stunned across the music industry and, of course, the fans. Fox 5's Julie Dukes is at Atlanta City Winery with more.
Yeah, Angie Stone dazzled a crowd here at City Winery around this time last year. She also lived in Metro Atlanta and touched many lives over the years. We spoke with a friend and local radio host who remembers her charismatic personality and powerful voice.
Her legacy is that we all love Angie Stone because she loved us.
A beloved entertainer credited with helping pioneer the neo-soul music genre and writing some of its biggest hits.
She was a pure singer, and, we remember her from the sequence, B. Angie B., the rapper.
Angie Stone's talent and temperament are what people who knew her say they'll miss most.
Probably the nicest person you would ever want to meet.
Stone was tragically killed in an early morning car crash Saturday. The R&B soul singer, her band, and backup dancers were all traveling back from a show in Montgomery, Alabama, when the Sprinter they were in overturned. Officials say she was the only fatality in the crash.
Oh, no. Just so saddened to hear the news.
Longtime W.
How in the hell do that make sense, y'all?
It don't. It don't.
All them people in the Sprinter band, and she the only person that passed.
It don't make
It
sense.
got me thinking that they put her in the van and just rolled it in the expressway or something. Who was driving? Did they jump out before the crash? Ain't nobody have on their seatbelts. They said this van flipped multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And she the only one. Everybody else walked away unscathed.
Uh-huh.
Some
NDA
whole
saying.
industry shit going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
WAOK radio host Derek Bozeman says he remembers his first time meeting Stone at an event in Atlanta more than 20 years ago.
And what you got with Angie Stone was she just was authentically a good person.
He described the 63-year-old singer-songwriter who penned hits like Wish I Didn't Love You Anymore and Brother as funny, charismatic, and reserved off stage and a
Hold on, she wrote a song called Brother. I didn't know that. Wait a minute. Angie Stone was showing love to the brothers? Y'all need to wait. We're going to get back into this news, but, this touching me in a different type of way. She's Stone. Brother. Earrings. I didn't know. She made a song for the brothers.
Yeah.
She said, he is my king. He is my one.
Right. He is my
Yes,
father.
he's my father. Yes, he's my son. Oh, that's amazing. She said I can talk to him because he understands everything I go through and everything I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my support
That's
system.
my support system. I can't live without him.
The best
thing since sliced bread is his kiss, his hugs, his lips, his touch.
And just what
I just want the whole world to know about my black brother. I love you, and I will never hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you, forever true, because you're my black brother, strong
That
brother,
was the
and there's
shit.
no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you, forever true. You ain't never heard nothing like that before, and you ain't never heard nothing like that since.
after.
Oh, man, this is very touching to me.
Yeah.
She said he's misunderstood. Yeah, most definitely. Some say he's up to no good. They always checking to see what I got going on around the neighborhood. But for your information, a lot of my brothers got education. Hey, you better know it. Because I know a thing or two. I know a lot more than people that done been to college and things. Now check it. You got your Wall Street brother, your blue collar brother. You're down for whatever chilling on the corner brother.
Yeah.
A talented brother. And to every one of y'all behind balls, you know that Angie loves you. They got her poster sitting up and they said, right now, I guarantee it. Brother gonna punch the hole in the damn wall. They probably escaped when they heard the damn news. Her funeral gonna have a bunch of brothers in orange jumpsuits up there. You can't be stroking on people's love strings like that. Cause I'm about to go crazy over Angie Stone. We need to call Elon Musk or something and get her back, cause this shit got me over here tearing up. Y'all hear my
get
voice
her back.
cracking?
Bruh.
Need to call up Elon, figure this shit out. Was it a Tesla truck or what the hell happened? Was AI driving the damn van? Cause we need Angie back. She the last sister with some love for the brothers out there. She even put it in a damn song. Even the knuckleheads in jail. Damn, man. She said, you mean so much to me. You give me what I need. I'm so proud of you. I said, I'm so proud of you. I love you for staying strong. You got going on. I'm so proud of you. Going through thick and thin. Brothers, you gonna win. I'm so proud of you. I said, I'm so proud of you. Whatever you facing.
So this is this is expressive.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel.
Impressive.
I do want to talk about Angie Stone, and I'm sure a lot of you already know that she passed away tragically in a car accident at the age of 63 years old. She was traveling in a Sprinter, driving back from a show, and the Sprinter flipped over, and a truck hit the Sprinter. And what's so
Allegedly.
crazy is, out of the group of people she traveled with, she was the only one who died.
How?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And yes, her passing was very, very, very heartbreaking because Angie Stone has left a huge mark in the music industry, especially on the neo soul music scene. She was one of the pioneers of that, and she was also one of the pioneers of hip hop, believe it or not. For those who don't know, she was a part of the first female rap group called The Sequence.
I did not know that.
Who got a gold plaque, and it was for their song Funk You Up, which was sampled by Dr. Dre, and also the song was interpolated by Bruce.
I did not know that Angie Stoner made that Funk You Up and she was in that sequence. I did not know that. Like I was today years old when I found that out. But let's continue.
Mars and Mark Ronson for their hit song Uptown Funk. But unfortunately, Angie Stone and her group never received any royalties or credit for that sample. And when you really dive deep into Angie's story, there were a lot of situations where she didn't get the credit she deserved. And she was actually really cheated out of a lot of money from her label. She was signed to Arista Records. Clive Davis signed her, and she was cheated out of money from Arista and UMG. And you know UMG is currently going through a legal battle with Drake right now. So the fact that Angie was gearing up to sue the label says a lot. I mean, there's some crooked stuff going on over there.
A lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. But they have taken all the monies that were due to me, people that were working on my behalf, never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. So I'm truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, you know, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars.
It was that right there. I'm going to pause it right there. It was that right there. That in itself right there is when they was like, oh, she ain't gonna give up. She ain't gonna give up. So it's now or never. For real. And that's what they was saying. Like, it's now or never because she not gonna give up. And she wasn't gonna give up. Like, the way she said that, y'all gotta come up off my coins. Flat out. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on it. You know, it's my money and I want it now. Just give me my money. That's what she was saying. So, you know, I've been, you know, on here for a long time now. We can end it here or go to something else. I can really talk all night, but I do have a soft appointment in the morning. And we can come back to this because what I do is I want to touch bases on this again. So I'm going to come back to it, whether you want me to or not. Just meet me here. You'll see when I load up because I'm not going to let this go. Really, when I might stop talking about it is, excuse me, when I hear from the daughter or the son or D'Angelo. If I hear from the daughter, the son, or D'Angelo, then I probably go ahead and shut up about it. But until then, I'm not shutting up about it because it's fishy. So I got to hear from Michael D'Angelo, the big one, Diamond, the daughter, or Michael D'Angelo the second, the son. So I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Mwah. Share this live. I'll see you when I see you. Until next time. See ya.